Although many were disappointed, there are still a lot to look forward to. What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. And before we get into all the fun and hype of today, let's actually just go over what they did on last maintenance. Now, I know a lot of people were expecting the Z-powered update. I kind of wasn't. I tweeted about it yesterday, and I noticed they didn't mention anything about like rebalancing figures. They didn't mention anything about the Z-powered update. So I was like, I don't think this is going to be it. And then even Kenny made a video. Did I say it? Yeah, Kenny made a video. If you haven't checked it out, go check out K-Dub's recent video. But he was also saying like it's not a big enough update. It was only 6 hours like normal updates. And it was like the 6.1 or something. And he was thinking that it's going to be like a 7.0 update. But let's actually just cover what they did. We got our security questions, which is, I mean, I don't know. That's good, but it's kind of too late. Like, I mean, if you haven't set them up, you should probably go set them up. I haven't even looked at that function yet. But they did adjust the locked boosters. We are adjusting it so they drop more materials. Now, I watched a video from SHD and I watched a video from Dread. They got about 20, 25. Let's say, I mean, I have a locked booster. We'll open up that and see what I get. But let's suppose you get, I don't know, 25 materials a day. That means it's going to cost you 2 days to get 50, 4 days to get 100. It costs 4,000 materials to get an EX, 5,000 for a UX. That's going to take you approximately 160 days, nearly half a year, to get one EX figure. But before we even knock on it, like we have stuff to cover. So we got that, and then we got teased on the Mega Kangaskhan. I do not care. Where is my damn UX Pikachu? We had the Dev Showdown, what, like 2 weeks ago? Where are our rewards? Like, I'm really salty that we do not have this UX Pikachu. Pretty upset about that. All right. There's been leaks floating around on the internet, so thanks to Turtle and everybody involved. But let's first open up these boosters. Let's see what we get from the lock booster, and then we'll get into the juicy stuff. We'll start with this white booster. Oh, and monthly just reset. Congrats to Craney. I believe he took first. I took top, I think 800. Took like 788 or something like that. And we didn't get anything good from there. Let's open up this. Oh, don't look at my deck. That was a secret. Oh, no. I guess I'm going to have to explain that later in today's episode. Okay, we got ooh, a rare cube, which is actually good. You'll figure out why later. And this holiday booster. Can I get a UX like Dreadnought did? But nope. Okay. So here we go. We're used to seeing like 3, 1. Like every once in a while we'd get like 10. I don't even know, dude. Could we get 10? Let's see what we get here. And 30. Wow, 30's not bad. Here's my... let's just get into this now. Locked boosters. Like materials, we need to figure... Materials are a way to get figures. I think locked boosters should have a preset of materials in it. Like, say, I don't know, like 100, 200, something like that. And I think lock boosters. Did I say lock boosters? Yes, locked boosters. And I also think time boosters should have a preset of materials as well. Say, like, the white does, like, 25, blue does 50, gold does 100, rainbow does 200. Just something like that. I think the booster should have a preset of materials because 4,000 and 5,000 materials is a lot. And for people who are free to play, it's going to be really, really difficult for them to even get these figures. Now, let's cover the Z-powered update because I think it's been a while since we've actually looked at it. Let's re-go over it and figure out what's going to happen when we actually get the Z-powered update. So here's a list of things that they're doing between now and the Z-powered update. Some they've already done, but let's look at a couple specifically, like League Match. Following the Z-powered update, we plan to add a new reward function to League matches as a way to provide you with new figures. So they're going to implement something for whatever league you're in to get new figures. With this mechanism, you will get more new figures the more you duel, which will also bring you more. Will also bring more fun to league matches. I don't know if it's like you just get to outright get the figure or if you get materials. I don't know what that is, but it's something we haven't seen yet. So I know people are kind of getting upset with the boosters and like them barely dropping any materials. Like I just shared my opinions on, but this might be a reason why, because maybe we'll be getting more materials during like league bonuses. I'm not sure. We plan to implement a service that you can purchase to upgrade these rewards so you can more easily get figures you want and enjoy a variety of decks. This service is meant to replace boosters as a way to offer. So that's kind of weird to me. It's like what you can purchase something and that increases your odds at getting figures or increases your odds at getting materials from it. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you know, that makes it more pay to play. So, but there is still a function that we have not seen yet. So like I said, let's kind of chill on getting upset about the lock boosters not giving us that much materials. Boosters. Moving forward, a new service will make it easier for you to get the figures you want so you can enjoy a greater variety of decks. Again, we're going to have this new service that's going to replace the boosters. And we don't know how this new service is going to interact. We don't know if it's going to be giving us materials. We don't know if it's going to be giving us just the figures. So there's still a lot that we don't know. But there are some things that we do know. So let's jump into those leaks right now. All right, so this is what we have been leaked. Again, thanks to Turtle. I love when he does these the data mine leaks, but we haven't leaked the Cresselia. The Cresselia is coming early 2019. Z-powered update. The Mega ABSOL. Yuri, I know you like ABSOL, so I was super stoked, and I thought about you when I saw this. So we are going to be getting the Mega ABSOL again. Z-powered update. Early 19. Real quick, let's talk about the Cresselia. Cresselia. I think that's how you say it. You do notice that it has the wood base right here, so it's going to be an EX figure. The Mega ABSOL, it's going to be a UX. I mean, obviously, it's a Mega. And then we have this banner here. We have confirmed that the Celebi is there, also looking like it's going to be an EX because of the wood figure. So these two are going to be EXs. Then we got the Necrozma. We have the Duskmane Solgaleo and the Dawn Wings Lunala. But we also have, it appears to be a UX Darkrai. So this just shows that you guys can speculate, probably confirm actually that we're going to be getting a Psychic and a Dark type banner, meaning a Psychic and Dark type gym. Now let's take a look at the text here. It says, thank you for playing. It's the 2nd anniversary for Pokemon Duel in English. This means that on January 24th was the international release for Pokemon Duel. It's the 2nd year anniversary on the 24th. And then if you'll notice that the text at the bottom, and the Z-powered update is almost here. That means we still have another 2 weeks before the 24th, before the 2-year anniversary, which is not even going to be the Z-powered update. When are we going to have the Z-powered update? They say early 2019. We all speculated January. What if it's at the end of January? What if it's at the beginning of February? We have no idea, and that frustrates me. But I am looking forward to these figures. Like, I can't wait. But if you notice, I mean, I think it's going to be a big update because look right here, 5 UX figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They also teased the UX or Espeon. They also teased. Well, I don't know if they actually teased. Well, I mean, it was data mine that we found actually, so they're not even actually teasing this too. But the Mega Alakazam. Is the Mega Alakazam going to be part of this? Is Mega Alakazam going to be part of the 2019? So that's what, 7 UX figures. Well, and then we're getting the Kangaskhan UX. Hopefully, we're getting the UX Pikachu. So within this 2-week time frame, I think we're going to be getting just a little bit more and more leaks of what's to come for early 2019. So that's what we have to look forward to. I'm super excited for this. One thing I want to mention on the ABSOL before we get into the rest of today's episode is if you don't have, or if you do have ABSOL, please level this thing up to level 5 ASAP. Because within these next 2 weeks, I do believe, I'm going to predict here, that we're going to be getting some sort of rebalancing or buffing of some figures. I don't think we have enough time to get an EX ABSOL, so I think the ABSOL is going to remain a rare, but I believe that it is going to get a buff. So like I said, get that thing to level 5 as soon as possible. Now there is one thing I wanted to show you guys before we go back to Pokemon Duel, and that is the Z moves. All of these figures, by the way, we'll speculate later, probably on the 24th, on the 2-year anniversary. We'll do my speculation video. But I kind of want to do just like a little speculation here. So today I was looking at the Z moves, and because when we were going to get the UX Pikachu, or when we got word we were going to get it, we were speculating, oh, it's going to have Volt Tackle, because they did say that it was going to have, it's a Pokemon that has its own Z move. Like, all right, so let's take a look at all these Mons that have a specific Z move. Alolan Raichu. Now, I don't know if the Alolan Raichu has Thunderbolt. I should probably know that. I should probably check. If it does, let me know in the comments below. But the UX Eevee, it has the Last Resort. Snorlax does not have Giga Impact. Does that mean we're going to be getting a UX Snorlax? Mew has Psychic, Decidueye has Spirit Shackle, Incineroar has Darkest Lariat, Primarina has Sparkling Aria, Lycanroc has Stone Edge. I can't wait until Lycanroc gets its own Z move because I like the Lycanroc. Mimikyu has Play Rough, Kommo-o, which we do not have yet, but we can predict that it's going to have the Clanging Scales. The Guardian Deities, this is somewhat interesting. Nature's Madness. Does this mean we are going to be getting UX Guardian Deities, meaning the Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, and Tapu Lele, and Tapu Bulu? Are we going to be getting UX figures with the Nature Madness attack? What do you guys think? And then we have the Solgaleo, Duskmane, Necrozma, and Lunala Dawnwing's Necrozma. Solgaleo has Sunstrike Steel, Lunala has Moongeist Beam, and then Necrozma has Photon Geyser. That means we can predict that when we get the Necrozma, it's going to have Photon Geyser. But what if it's going to, like, when you, I guess when you fuse it, when we're getting the Duskmane and Dawn form, they're going to have the Sunstrike Steel or the Moongeist Beam. And then Marshadow has a Spectral Thief. You know, I kind of wonder, like, what if Necrozma has a Photon Geyser, Moongeist Beam, and Sunstrike Steel? That would be very interesting. Probably too OP. Probably not going to happen. But it's, I mean, it's somewhat interesting. We can kind of speculate on what attacks these new mons that we're going to be getting are going to have. All right, so let me jump into what I was teasing earlier, is this deck. Let's actually take a look at it. I want to do something different. We have 2 weeks. Who knows, actually. We might have a month until we get the Z-Powered update. So what I want to do is I want to introduce something new to the channel. I want to do like a type-specific challenge for like each week. And I should probably do them on Mondays, and today's Thursday, so, but whatever. I want to do Steel typing. So let's take a look at Steel typings real quick. Steel typing has pretty good coverage. I mean, we all know the Matang cheese, or I guess the Matang, like Matang is, that's kind of what Steel is lacking, is mobility, but Matang is the way to maneuver throughout the board by going through things because of its ability, or not, well, because of its attack, the Tractor Beam. And they do have the Excadrill that can come off the bench if your entry points are taken. We have the Alolan Sandslash that can, you can't really say, you can't attack into it because of its ability, because it can go under unless you have a Mon behind you. The Dialga, which I agree with you guys, it should be UX. Metagross needs a buff, I think. I think it needs 2 MP at least. And Poland, which can come off the bench. Lucario is Lucario. We know Lucario. The Aggron, which stops the rush. Heatran, which is a Steel figure that does have the dual typing, so it does have the Z move currently. You can currently use the Z move. Cobalion to prevent from getting KO'd by purples. I remember when Kenny used to run these Magnezones. They were pretty cool. So Galio's pretty good. The God, I'm like trying to I can't think of the names right now. Scizor and Mega Scizor, Magearna, Registeel. So I mean, dude, this stupid thing. I hate the Celesteela. But the Steel typing does have pretty good mons. So but what I want to do is I want to play with figures that not many people play with. And we are going to use the Skarmory. Now look at my Skarmory. Yes, you can see he is level 10. I did that today, but let's take a look at its wheel. Now it does have the Flyaway. This Pokemon jumps over the battle opponent and lands on a surrounding point. Could be good, could be bad, depending on what happens. It has the Air Cutter 50 and the Steel Wing 80, but it does have the Swords Dance, which if you hit Swords Dance and it lands on an attack, it doubles the damage. Meaning if you hit Air Cutter, it hits 100. If you hit Steel Wing, it's for 160. The downfall is Air Cutter, or just hitting just outright the Steel Wing or the Air Cutter. But you can use 2 plates with this figure that buff it 10 damage. Well, it's going to buff the Steel Wing 20. The Air Cutter would only be 10 because of the Steel energy. It only goes to the highest attack, I believe. So Air Cutter with those 2 plates, if it's hitting for 60 and you D-Dance hits for 120 plus the additional 10, 130. Steel Wing, that thing can hit for 200 damage with these plates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test this deck with Skarmory, and I'm gonna test it for about a week, and hopefully I'm gonna show you guys the results. So oh, I need to tell you guys, actually on the 16th of this month I'm going to be gone. I'm going to Florida. Kenny G, I will see you there. I'll be there until the 21st, so I'll be gone for about a week. So we'll probably continue the series after that. So we'll do the Steel series, this week, and then I'll ask you guys what you guys want to see for the following week until we prepare ourselves for this Z-powered update. So we're going to cut the video there. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.